So my name's Vicky and this is my testimony. I wasn't brought up in a Christian family, so I was invited to go to church by some of my friends from school. We were going to a youth club called The Bank, and not long after I was invited to go on a residential with them to a place called Barcaple in Scotland. So during the week, Malcolm Kidd, who was one of the youth leaders, was talking about how Christians are sometimes only Sunday Christians, and this is what I felt I was, because I was going to church on a Sunday and I was doing the Sunday night groups with these people, but during the week I wasn't really doing anything about it. I did believe in God, but as I said, I wasn't doing anything about it, so I thought it's about time I made this commitment to Jesus. So not long after I went through confirmation, but unfortunately when I went to college I fell off the track, so to speak. I got in with the wrong crowd, you could say. I was drinking far more than I should have been. I started taking drugs because I believed that these people would actually like me a lot more if I was doing what they were doing. And as always, that wasn't the case, because you shouldn't really be changing who you are for other people. And as a result of all of this, I ended up failing college. After 3 years of college, I came out with 1 A level, and obviously that's not going to get me anywhere really. So while all my friends were going to university and getting these great jobs, I wasn't actually getting anywhere. I was really down in the dumps and thought, I'm going to end up in a dead-end job and I'm not going to get anywhere really. So thankfully at the time I was still volunteering with a lady called Sue Foster, who was also one of my youth leaders. And looking back, I realised that she was youth working me as well at the time, because she asked me what it is I wanted to do with my life. And because I was so down in the dumps about failing my A levels and things, I thought that I wasn't going to be able to get anywhere, never going to get a good job, so I had no idea what I wanted to do. So she suggested that I was pretty good at working with the young people at her church, and suggested that I should try and get to the University of Chester to do the Christian Youth Work course. And I thought, I'm never going to be able to do that. But she gave me Dot Gosling's number anyway, who's the course leader. So I phoned Dot up and she invited me for an interview. And on the same day I found out I was in the course, which I was absolutely gobsmacked, because there's me thinking that I wasn't going to get anywhere. And it's just amazing. And I actually just finished in May with a 2-1, and I'm going to be graduating this Friday. I'm really excited. But yeah, I wasn't a Christian when I started this course. Starting a Christian youth work course when you're not a Christian doesn't really make sense. But when you think of it in terms of God, then it kind of does, because I believe that He really picked me up and put me there because that's the path that He wanted me to be on. So whilst at university I met these great friends who made me realise that being a Christian, you didn't have to be living a life like Ned Flanders does. So you could still have fun and you could still be human, and that was okay, because being a Christian is about being in a relationship with God. It's between you and Him, not between anyone else. And it was really good to hear that actually. But so I was using these friends as a bit of a sounding board to decide whether this was for me or whether it wasn't. And in the end I ended up, not so much a breakdown, but I ended up getting really low and realising that there was only one thing that could really help me with this, and that was Jesus. So I ended up having a phone conversation with a friend, and I actually made a recommitment with him over the phone, which is pretty cool actually. But I'm not going to lie and say that it was all thunder and lightning and my life completely changed. But I definitely did feel better knowing that God was there for me. So I still did feel pretty bad about what had happened in the past though. Like, I'd been pretty horrible to my mum and dad, and because I'd been taking drugs and things, it just, I've still held all that guilt and just couldn't forgive myself. But I went on a weekend away with the Christian Union, and on one of the nights a guy called Callum stood up and said that he was really expectant of God and that He was going to do something, and recommended that we all stood up and held our hands out. So I did this, and I felt that God was holding my right hand, and He said to me, you don't need to cry about what's gone in the past. I'm here now, it's all forgotten about, it's perfectly fine. And I get really emotional when I'm talking about it just because it's so amazing. But it just lifted this big weight from my chest and I just felt really free about it, and it was just amazing. But I was also reminded of stories from the Bible, like David and Bathsheba and Noah as well, about how these guys were Christians and they did bad things and turned their back against God pretty much, but then turned back to them and then were still used for great things. That's not to say that I'm going to become some massive Noah type person, but I genuinely believe that I'll be able to do good work for God because he still uses people who've done bad things in the past. So why am I getting baptised? Because I want a new start, really. Like, this to me symbolises a new chapter in my life. The past is still there and I have learned from it, and I'm able to bring that forward for experiences with young people. But this is my new start, my new life.